Hey, welcome to Guitar Knobs, the guitars, gear, noise, and nonsense podcast, hosted today by these knobs.
Tony Dudzik, Pickardian.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Todd Novak. Welcome to the Guitar Knobs podcast. We are thrilled to death that you, yes, you are listening to our little show about guitar, gear, and guitar
Nonsense.
stuff and nonsense and all the good rock and roll and blobbity bloop. So,
Yes.
Tony, it's good
What
to see you.
do we do on this show, Todd?
Well, I just said that's what
we
pretty
talk
much.
about?
Yeah.
Oh.
But you can elaborate. For maybe we got. Well, I know we have new users. I get information on that all the time.
We have listeners.
Listeners, sorry,
not
my bad.
users.
I just came from my job. Those,
Oh, yes. Okay.
So,
yes. You had the wrong
I
hat
work at
on.
Tron. So, anyways, go ahead.
Well, you know, Todd, we like to talk to people, mostly people who make stuff, make cool stuff. Mm-hmm. We like to, boutique industry stuff.
Yes,
in the music world.
That is our niche.
A niche.
Yes.
So that would be people who make
The space we own.
the pedals.
Yes.
The guitars, the amps, the accessories. Mm-hmm. We've talked to authors of many books.
Yes.
We've talked to movers and shakers in the industry.
Yeah.
And we'll be talking to
And
some of
influence
those
makers.
And some of those people we'll be talking to in a couple of weeks as we head out to the National Association of Musical Merchants show.
Indeed.
So looking forward to that. But that's what we do. So if you like that kind of stuff,
Stick around.
stick around. Go back to the catalog. This is episode
And if you don't, stick around.
450 some. So there's plenty to choose from which to choose.
There are actually several listeners that don't play guitar, which is crazy. But
That's okay.
I'm aware of them.
They're here for the comedy relief.
Yeah, they are. They're the relief from the comedy. Okay, so on the phone right now is one of these said people. Said people, who is you?
I'm Andy from Eavesdropper.
Andy from Eavesdropper. Can we say your last name?
Sure, yeah.
Byers.
Put it all out there. Whoa.
Andy Byers. Eavesdropper, unless I pronounced that wrong for some reason.
Yes, you got it.
Okay, good. So
How else would you pronounce that?
I don't know. I really don't know. But I'm just leaving the option open.
Okay.
We got a delicious little pedal sent to us from the Eavesdropper camp.
Yes.
Is it just you at the camp, or do you have minions?
Riding solo.
Yeah.
Riding solo at the camp.
Yes, sir.
So that we unboxed that on Instagram. You can
that.
check that out. And we are going to dig all into this. This is the one that we have in front of us is called Dr. Square. And just a little taste. This is Andy. We'll call you Andy. Everybody else, you can call him Andy too.
Yes. Feel free.
What is this? What is this one based off of?
That is based off of the Diamond Square Wave Generator, distortion generator. Let me do that again. The Diamond Square Wave Distortion Generator.
Yes.
Very long name.
Very technical name.
Yes.
Yes.
You think that they
Very
could
articulate.
have come up with something,
Like Dr. Square.
Yeah, like
That's way
Dr.
better.
Square. That's way
great.
cooler.
Anyways, it's a cult status fuzz, and I think you will be delighted to hear what Andy has done with that OG circuit. Where are you calling from right now, Andrew?
Space City, Houston, Texas.
Space City, Houston, Texas. Now, is that a province in Houston, or is that just
It might
a
as well
nickname?
be. It might as well be. People say that Houston is an hour away from Houston, and they're right.
Wow.
It's
that's big.
Texas is big. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I gotcha. All right. I'm tracking. Well, we're going to have a great time talking with him, learning all about the pedal and the other ones he's got. He's got some other great ones, and the backstory, how he got into all this stuff, and just do what we can to paint a picture of Eavesdropper Pedals so that you cannot resist going to get one yourself. Okay? That's the deal. Shake on it, spit on it, and then shake on it, just like the old movies. And away we go. Quick announcements. As Tony mentioned, we will be out next week. So this will be out the week of NAMM. next week.
Next week. Okay.
Yeah.
Will we be able to listen?
There, and we will be able to listen.
Excellent.
While we're there. So if you are going to the NAMS,
yes,
and you want to connect with us, please drop us a note in our DMs on Instagram, or you can use the NAM app too.
And if you are not going to the show but happen to be in the area, make sure you check out Woodwire and Volts.
Yes,
where a lot of our friends of the show will be displaying their wares. I think there's some musical
almost
talent.
every single person that is at that show has been on, except for 2, I believe.
Yeah.
So maybe 3, but I'm pretty sure just 2.
But yeah, so if you can't or don't want to go to the big show, head over to Woodwire Volts.
Absolutely.
Thursday, Friday,
Tickets
and
are
Saturday.
still on sale. They're only $35.
It's a good deal.
It's absolutely worth it, because that's kind of like, that's some cream in the crop up there.
Yeah.
So, let's figure out what is going on in our music worlds this week. We're going to start off with the lovely, the voluptuous Tanya Bolonsky.
Not talented this week?
No.
Oh.
Sorry. I'm limiting my adjectives so I don't get yelled at. Okay, and then we're going to check in and see what's going on with Andrew.
Well, Todd, I'm glad you asked, because this week, this past weekend, we actually had a little post-holiday shindig over at my place. And there is usually a number of musician types that do show up, and inevitably guitars get broken out and songs are played and all kind of debauchery.
Yes.
So in order to prepare for this...
You left me in a corner speaking to a small, bald Turkish man who I couldn't understand. We just laughed at each other's jokes. We couldn't understand them.
Did you like gladiator movies?
What? Anyways, go ahead.
Anyhow, so I realized that I hadn't changed strings on my acoustic guitars in quite a while, and on the 2 that I
is this after you played them?
well, after I pulled them out of the case to wipe the cobwebs off.
Yeah.
No, there were no cobwebs, but the strings were just pretty nasty.
Yeah.
So I said, I'm not a big fan of coated strings, but I do, and I've used, and I do like Kurt Mangan coated acoustic strings.
Why do you think those are different?
I think the coating is a little bit thinner. I think I like the 80-20 bronze, and the 80-20 bronze, 80-20. What is it? Not phosphorus bronze. Yeah, it's 80. Yeah, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. The 80-20 stuff. And to me, the lighter coating doesn't make them sound quite as dead as, say, some of the old, like when I think of like first generation Elixir strings, those, whenever I would try them, they just sounded dead right out of the gate. These ones sound a little more alive. And the thing I like about coated strings, especially if you don't play instruments quite often, is they tend to last a little bit longer, or they don't deteriorate as quickly. So anyhow, I changed strings on. I did 3 of my guitars, and I had a 4th one in queue, but I just said, well, I'll just hold off on that, and it worked out real nice.
Phosphor bronze, Tony.
Well, no, I don't like phosphor bronze. I like the 80-20. Mix. That the phosphor bronze they have a tonality that I do not like.
Oh,
yes. So
what?
They're too maybe too bright.
Too bright.
Too bright. The phosphorus bronze strings tend to be bright.
Right.
And I like the 80-20 bronze. I don't know what the alloy is. It's bronze and something.
Right.
Some nickel.
So if
bronze.
you want to sound like REO Speedwagon, go for it.
Heard it from a friend who.
Right.
Heard it from a friend who. Heard it from another.
Yes, go ahead.
Anyhow, so that's what I did. And, I don't enjoy changing strings. I really don't. But I do like the way the first time you play a guitar that has fresh strings, I like the way it sounds. It sounds real good.
I like it.
So that's what I did. That was my musical world.
That was a fun
week.
party. Thank you for
I'm glad you could make it.
Yeah, I had some great conversations.
Yes.
As soon as you left. Okay, so Andy, what's going on in your music world this week that is not building pedals?
Well,
That would
I guess-
include music that you
I'll
may
get
have
away
been-
with this on a technicality. I'm doing lots of breadboarding. I have lots of ideas
Okay.
that I'm cooking up right now. So I've been doing a lot of that.
Okay.
It's like Legos for adults.
Oh, yeah.
Really. And nerds. Not adults, but nerds.
Right. All nerds of any size, color, or age.
Right, exactly.
Yes.
We don't care.
Yes.
We love everyone.
And there's nothing wrong with adults using Legos. I just
Absolutely not.
I made one the amplifier
one,
that
yeah.
goes with the
Oh,
Strat.
yes. I can't bring myself to. I have that as well. I can't bring myself to open the box.
Let me tell you, if you didn't, we talked about this a couple episodes ago. The guitar was, it was a little bit of a challenge, not much. But the amplifier, I felt like I was building an amp because there is literally a board inside that has
Oh my
like
goodness.
little
Tubes and-
capacitors, and you have to build the tubes.
Now I must open the box.
Yeah.
At least build the amp because you'll get a kick out of that.
Yeah.
Now I need to open the box for
Yeah.
sure. Let's see what else. My brother-in-law and I, we write and play music together, and we've been doing a lot of jamming and writing recently, which is really nice. Especially, it's a fresh year. 2026, it's crazy. It's crazy to
Yes.
say that out loud.
It is. What do you guys? Are you out in the listening realm?
No, nothing like that yet. Right now, we're getting there.
Okay.
We're getting there. It's a process.
Yeah. I
In
heard
the
you can
year
make it rich on Spotify,
2026.
so you might want to jump on that when you.
Yes, yes.
Indeed.
Oh my dear.
Okay, let me ask you a quick question. What now do you? How do you consume music? Do you buy vinyl? Do you listen to discs? To stream?
I'm a vinyl head for sure.
Okay.
I love records. I love holding the records. I love looking at the records and reading the insides and all that.
Yes.
But alas, in the digital age, I do usually I stream in the car or
Yeah, it's
my
tough to play the
headphones,
records in the car.
Yeah, they haven't figured that out yet.
Yeah.
Maybe someday.
They had some old cars that did that, but they also,
No, I've seen that.
weighed like
I've
a
seen
billion pounds, so nothing was going to shake that. So what was just give me the last record you bought?
The last record I bought, actually, it's crazy because I've been streaming this record a lot. It is a record called Mezcal Head by a band called Swerver Driver. They're like an old shoegaze band from like the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
They rip especially that record. It rips. And I wasn't even trying to buy a record. I just walked into the store to buy a gift for my brother-in-law because he also collects records. And I saw it sitting there right in the front of the bin, and I was just like, "You're coming home with me. I must have that."
Nice. Very cool. Okay, Tony.
Hey, Todd,
Hit
what
me.
about you?
Oh, well, thanks for asking, Tony. Well, two things this week. I watched the Devo
Yes.
documentary.
As I recommended.
Wow.
That's a great one.
It really, really is. Even if you weren't like super familiar, like growing up with the band, I learned so much about things I hadn't even thought of. And talking about their origin, the super heavy political views, and how they kind of got put through the machine, despite being aware that they were being put through the machine, and all those great things. Really, highly recommend that. I think that was on. I think that's on Amazon. I think it's on Amazon.
Prime, yeah, I think it was on Prime. Yes.
Yeah. Anyways, that was awesome. I like Devo already, but I gained a lot more knowledge and respect for him. And they don't really go deep into Mark Mothersbaugh's like all of his film stuff. He touches on it, but
Yeah.
that's a whole other documentary on its own.
Oh my God, yeah. Between him and Danny Elfman, I mean, they have scored more movies from the not 80s, 90s, 2000s than
it's
just
crazy.
about anybody.
It's crazy. Yeah, and then we went down to. I took my daughter back down to. She's a Bearcat. It's Cincinnati, UC Cincinnati, and there's a great record store down there called Shake It Records. And so we went in there, and I popped around, and I picked up a Jimmy Smith album from Germany. He's a jazz like organist, and it was it was cool. It was like German for whatever reason. The records from like around the world that aren't from here are just kind of a little bit cooler. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then on my way out, I was like, "Ooh, what's that?" And there was this little bin, and it was like, great finds or something like that, like special records that have specialness to them. And this one was on All Them Witches, the double album, the one with the skull, colored pencil skull on the front, double transparent vinyl. And I was like, oh man, scored.
I like that.
Yeah. So that was super duper fun. And that's what I got. But I've been messing around. I had to plug in the Dr. Square here. And I put it on the test board.
Oh.
And which I was a little bit worried because my gig boards got using up an awful lot of those Tour Gear Designs patch cables.
Oh, yeah,
But
of course.
fortunately, I dug deep and I found one more cable. So
Just
that means I got to
one.
order some more.
I think you better.
And got that Dr. Square hooked up to the test board. And that is all due by the great minds at Tour Gear Designs patch cables.
Or just Tour Gear Designs.
Yes, Tour Gear Designs, where I got my Tour Designs patch cables.
Where would you go?
You go to tourgeardesigns.com. Just load up your cart.
Load
You're
it
gonna
up.
want as many of the different sizes
Shapes,
as you can.
sizes,
They're
all the
super
stuff.
affordable. They are fantastic. We've been talking about them for years because we believe in the product.
And we use them.
And we use them extensively. You're going to hit purchase.
Yes.
But don't worry, you have a window that will pop up that's going to give you a great deal just because you're fans of our show. You are going to save how much, Tony?
Well, first you have to put in.
You say how much you want to save first.
You're going to save 15% if you put the guitar knobs, all lowercase, all one word, in the coupon code box that pops up.
That is correct. And we need to give a huge thank you to Tour Gear for sponsoring our 4 on the floor.
Let me get a little bit of this.
1, 2, 3. 4 on the floor. Andy from Eavesdropper Pedals, what is your 4 on the floor?
Well, first off, I gotta kind of start from the back because I used this last, the Benson preamp pedal.
Okay,
Sounds
so you use
good.
that last.
Yeah, I run it like as if like I'm running it into the amp
Gotcha.
because it's for me it's very, I mean, preamp. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I use it like an amplifier, and I would say it's a pretty popular pedal.
Yes, it is.
And a little pricey, but thanks to the power of the internet and my, if you want to call it, ability to clone things, I actually built one for myself, and it's never left my board. It's been there, and that was actually one of the very first guitar pedals I ever built for myself.
Wow.
And it's been there. It's never left my board. So that's got to be number one right off the rip.
That's very cool.
Ooh.
I just pulled one up for Tony that has the it like mimics
It's the floral design.
The
yeah,
floral
like
design, the
like a blue
Telecaster.
telly,
Yeah.
blue floral telly. Yeah, that's way cool.
So what is it about that? Because like there's loads of preamps and people, they make decisions based on what their earballs are telling them. So what about it is that made that one the one for you?
Man, honestly, I don't know what is so special about it, but I tried it, and like I built it and I tried it, like plugged it in, and it just does this thing Like, I don't run it super high gain. You can run it super high gain, and it's not like a distortion or anything like that. Like don't if you're listening, don't think it's gonna like give you like metal tones. But the high gain sounds are great, but I don't run it that way. It's just sort of like a clean boost, and then it has a treble bass and a bass control on it, and I use that to kind of like shape the tone of the amp a little bit. And it's just there's like secret sauce or some pixie dust inside. I don't know. I don't know. Some people say it's the JFETs transistors in there, but that's a whole nother. You could do a whole nother podcast about that. But it just does the thing. I guess I love it.
That's fair. How about number 2?
Number 2, the Boss SD1.
Oh,
Super
okay.
Overdrive.
Yeah.
Specifically the Waza one, the Wazacraft version.
Okay.
The original's great, but the Wazacraft is fantastic. It has this this little toggle on it for standard and custom mode. And the custom mode, I have never actually looked at the schematic, so I don't know what it's doing inside. But it adds like a little bit more low end, a little bit more beef, and I just. Again, that was just one that I saw this producer that I follow on Instagram. He was like, I'm recording this band and we're using this pedal and it sounds so awesome. Like if you play guitar, you need to try this pedal. And I actually wasn't really like, I didn't have any Boss pedals. That was the first Boss pedal I bought. And I just set all the knobs to noon, plugged it in, turned it on, and I was like, yep, that's never leaving the board. That's on there for good.
Nice.
It's so good. It's just, it does like the Foo Fighters thing, kind of, I guess. But I don't know. It's hard to put into words. It's just, I just love the way that I love the way it feels,
Well,
not even so much how it sounds. I like how it feels when I play with that.
That's an old school overdrive distortion pedal, man. That's been probably
might be the most popular
Oh, yeah.
distortion pedal ever made.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And it's not a tube screamer. People say it's a tube screamer. It is not a tube screamer.
No.
No, heck no.
It's better than a tube screamer.
How
me.
How about number 3?
Number 3, gotta have some type of delay. For me, if I can only get 4, I gotta have a delay. And an always on pedal for me is the Boss. What is it? Hold on, let me look. The RE2, the Space Echo, the little one.
Yeah.
Compact one that they just reissued like a few years ago. Man, they knocked it out of the park with that thing. I just use it as like an always on like slap kind of like room sound, but you can get crazy with it. You can do all kinds of, the ramp up, the ramp down, the tape warble thing. It does the tape warble thing fantastically. Those people at Boss, they know what they're doing.
Yeah, and that one has kind of a. I mean, I'm sure it's probably not exactly like the big unit, but I think the preamp section of that. I mean, that is something that people have been, swearing by for years.
And I'm glad that it's crazy that you say that, because in the manual it says that there's a way that you can like program it when you're plugging it in and turning it on. Like you hold it down and you can have it when it's in bypass mode. It's still running through the circuit and it's running through the preamp section of the Space Echo. So that's the other reason I use it, because it adds that special sauce,
Oh man, yeah, I didn't realize that you could do that. Wow. Very cool.
I hear a difference at least.
Number 4.
Another Boss pedal.
Wow.
the TR2, the tremolo, the green one. And I had a different tremolo on my board for a long time. The Keeley Dynatrem, also fantastic.
Yep.
But one of my favorite bands of all time, Interpol from New York, their lead guitar player, he has one on his board, and I was like, oh, they're cheap on reverb. I can get one for $50. I'll try it, and if it's just $50, and I put it on, and guitar players will understand what I'm talking about. Normal people will probably think I'm crazy. I turned it on, and I was like, this is how he sounds like that. I'm convinced that there's something in that pedal that changes the tone. I'm being so serious. There's something in that pedal that makes it sound like different.
I believe
Even
there are miniature people inside that turn the switches on and off. I'm pretty sure.
Exactly. But even when it's like even when it's in bypass, like I'm like, man, something. And I'm sure it's like some people will say, oh, it's the buffers because they're buffered bypass or whatever. But whatever it is, pixie dust, I don't care. I bought it and it's been on the board since.
That's cool.
I investigated that one. We even actually almost had that one on the, as we did a 4 on the floor where we had the 4 tremolo pedals, just sort of like utility style tremolos. And we didn't put that one on because it didn't have a volume. And that's one of the things that, man, I can't have a tremolo without a volume.
Fair.
Personally. So, yeah, but the usability factor is awesome because I don't use trem like, I'm not in an old like surf band or anything like that where tremolo's all over everything.
Yeah.
And when I do use it, it's for heavy effect. So I like the idea of the stompability of a Boss pedal for that, and the buffering. But I felt like it was disappearing on me, so couldn't do it.
Well, it's okay.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm sure there's a mod for that, but I can't be bothered. Anyways,
well, that's cool. I'm glad that almost every pedal you have on there is something that you could easily, run down to your local Guitar Center or, well, can't go to Sam Ash anymore.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
And just buy them as you can. That's very cool.
Yeah.
They're number one for a reason.
Yeah.
Now you briefly mentioned, when you're playing and your all your gear and everything. So why don't we get a good understanding of what kind of gear you are playing through?
Like guitars and and all
amps
that.
And guitars. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Well,
I like that idea.
I'm a Jazzmaster guy. I cannot deny it. Leo Fender really knocked it out of the park with that one.
Let me ask you this. Do you use the rhythm circuit at all?
Sometimes, but not necessarily in the traditional sense. I use it like a kill switch.
Yeah.
To do the crazy like, bah, 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 bah,
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes, like if I'm just practicing, I do like the way that the rhythm circuit sounds. To be honest, I know it's one of those like some people are like, oh, what are these? A switch and 2 roller knobs? What the heck is this? But it's also I kind of like feel like the Jazzmasters that don't have the rhythm circuit, they like kind of look weird.
Yeah,
I'm like, what is that?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
Same way with the Jaguar, it just looks weird.
I have a Jag as well, and I'm like, man, if it didn't have all these switches on it, it would look weird.
Yes.
Yep.
Now you have a Jag and a Jazzmaster. You prefer the Jazzmaster.
I'm a Fender guy. I like everything in my rack right now is Fender stuff. I have a Fender Toronado.
Oh yeah.
If you know what that is.
Yep, yeah.
I got real lucky, found that on Facebook Marketplace for a crazy deal. I could not pass it up. I had to snag that. And it's got humbuckers in it, and they sound great, and I love the way that it plays. It's kind of like a shorter scale, almost like a Gibson kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 24 3/4.
It's super super cool.
The
I've been playing
favorite
that one
guitar of the Dandy Warhol's frontman Courtney. Courtney Taylor.
Does he play it?
Didn't know that.
Huh?
He plays a I don't think so.
Yeah.
Not when we saw him.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Look it up.
I will.
Okay.
Watch me. No, it's semi-hollow.
No,
No, it is no.
it is
No,
not
it's a solid
semi-hollow.
body.
It's a solid body.
I think you're thinking
say-
of the Starcaster, maybe.
You're thinking of
Maybe.
the Starcaster.
The Tornado is this crazy like offset guitar that they only ran for a few years in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
And then Squire did a reissue.
Oh, yeah, you're right. My bad.
I'm right again.
You're right.
No, those are actually pretty cool, and they made a couple different versions of that too. They had one that had a smaller guard, and I do prefer the bigger ones myself.
Yeah, I was
That's
thinking
what I
of
have.
Starcast.
I have one of the. It was one of the old. I think the serial number says it's from like 2002 or something like that.
Cool.
And then for an amp, I just run a good old fashioned Fender DeVille 212.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
definitely way too loud for my room, but whenever I need to go out and gig, it sounds fantastic.
That's all you can ask for.
Good, clean, loud.
No, okay. See, I knew I wasn't crazy. It's the Coronado. That's the thing that's what I
wrong
was thinking
first
of.
letter.
Yeah,
Although C does rhyme with T, so I can understand your confusion.
yeah. At least I'm pretty sure he plays that.
It's probably right. Yeah, it's an Antigua one, I think. Right?
Yeah. Okay, haha, not so wrong.
Still wrong, but not as wrong.
I'm wrong-ish. Yes. Semi-vilified.
Okay.
That's how I like to roll.
All right. Well, that's cool. And that's in the style of music that you're playing?
Yeah, the style of music, I mean, it kind of varies. I mean, like sometimes I get hit up to play, with other local bands and whatever they're doing. I'm just kind of like, yeah, just give me the songs and I'll learn them. Like, I don't really, I'm not too picky about that. But when I'm writing, it definitely leans more towards like alternative, borderline. I wouldn't say shoegaze. It's not slow enough to be shoegaze, but it's definitely like very, I guess riff based. I guess kind of like those Interpol records, like I was talking about before. Though that band really inspires me a lot.
I got you on Interpol stuff. Yep.
And then now I'm drawing a blank. I can't even think about music that I listen to. Like that Swerver Driver record is great. What else, man? It's crazy. I mean, I like all kinds of stuff, but it's kind of like just whatever comes out.
Swishy, swirly, mid-fi.
Swishy, swirly. Midwest emo.
Oh, yes.
Those are buzzwords that people like.
Yes.
I guess you could kind of classify it like that. Whenever I play like demos for people, they always, oh man, this is like super Midwest emo, and I'm like, that's not what I'm going for. But I mean, if you like it, that's all I care about.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Indeed. How about what colors are these guitars of yours? What do you favor, or do you?
I definitely favor for sure. The Jazz Master is like a road worn, like a sunburst kind of thing. It's got like the matte finish though, so it's not like it doesn't have like any shine really. White pick guard looks super cool. I have a 1996 Mexican Strat. That's all white with a rosewood fretboard. That's probably the main one that I play. It's pretty much whenever I'm writing or testing pedals, I pick that one up first, pretty much always. And then the Tornado is like a silver sparkle. It looks really, it's sexy. And then
very, very shoegazy.
Yes, very, and it's got like the pearl pick guard. It's not white. You know what I'm talking about? Like the
big pearl, or the swirly pearl, like big,
like
chunky
the
pearl,
big pearl, the chunky pearl. Yeah, the chunky pearl. And then I got my hands a few years ago on a candy apple red matching headstock Japanese Jaguar.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
It is. I always said I'm gonna own a matching headstock Fender guitar. I don't care what the model is. I don't care what the color is. Like, it's gonna happen. And Facebook Marketplace came through again.
Gotta
local
love it.
musician had one for sale, and I was like, hey, that's mine. I'm taking it. I'm not, you don't even entertain any other offers. I'm coming right now to come get it.
Yeah, the Japanese
And it's
stuff is
fantastic.
really, really good. I'm
Yeah, those 90s Japanese Fenders are some of the best Fender guitars that you can get your hands on. They fetch a pretty penny for sure.
yeah.
but
Now they do.
I would say it's worth it.
Yeah,
to be honest.
even the Japanese Squires from that same kind of era.
Oh yeah,
The Vista series. Wow, such good stuff. And I mean, at the time when I was buying them, they were like free almost. Crazy.
If only.
Yeah. Well, yeah. If only
Yeah.
I had a couple $100,000 back then, and said, "Oh, I can buy all." Well, I did buy a bunch of them.
You have a lot.
I'm sorry for taking them all.
Yes. Well, thanks for sharing that. Yeah, that gives us a better understanding of what you're about, and maybe even would you say that the pedals you make, you made them because those are like, this is what you want to play, or you were just like, hey, I like the idea of doing these?
I would say it's a good mix. It's a pretty even split of both of those things, It's definitely like when I am like designing something or building something, I am thinking about, how am I going to use this? How would I use this?
Yeah.
Would I use this? Will I use this? Should I use it? Is this actually something? Because I don't want to, it's hard to like sell, if you want to say air quotes, sell something to people. And if they're like, well, what do you like about it? And you're like, well, I really don't like it. Like that doesn't go, that's not really a good selling point, So I want to like the sounds that I get out of what I'm designing. So it usually does kind of start with like a question of, okay, how would I incorporate this into what I'm doing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I gotcha. So Tony has disassembled this. I hope you can put that back together, Tony.
I just pulled all the
no.
chips out. I've got a soldering iron here. I'll
Oh,
put it back
no.
together.
Did you have to use toenail clippers?
Well, it's all I had.
Yeah.
That's what I use.
Yeah, that's the smart way. But yeah, this is a very cool pedal. This is the Dr. Square Square Wave Generation Distortion Generator.
Indeed.
And what attracted you to, did you have access to an original D-Armon that you said, I've got to build a pedal like this?
No, I actually, before I even really I guess it was after I started building. It was, it all started, I started as a hobby. I wanted to make a clone of something I already had, but then my mom got me these books. They were called Stomp Box. It was they called it The Brick. It was 2 books. One of them was, it was like a GoFundMe project or something from a few years ago. And they had 2 books. One was 100 famous pedals, and it was pedals that were famously used by different people. The Ibanez wah was John Frusciante, and Jimi Hendrix used the Dallater Arbiter, the Dallas Arbiter fuzz face, things like that. And then the other book was vintage and rarities. Mm-hmm. And I very early on in the book was 2 D-Armond pedals. One was the Twister, which was a phase shifter, which is really cool looking. The design on that thing is just that's peak design right there. And then next to it was the Square Wave Distortion Generator. And I was just like, that thing looks really cool. I wonder what it sounds like. And again, power of the internet, modern age.
Yes.
I found a perf board layout for it, and I was like, I'm gonna make my own and see. So I was very meticulous. I made sure I used the period correct parts or whatever, germanium diodes. I used the same op amp that they used. I didn't change any of the values of the capacitors or the resistors or anything. And I built it, plugged it in, and it sounds great when both knobs are all the way up. and that's it definitely does one thing really well.
Mm-hmm.
But man, I was just like, this sounds so good. I loved the way that it sounded. And then, of course, that turns into, how can I make this better? How can I make this actually usable?
Mm-hmm.
And so I just started kind of just tinkering with it and trying different like modifications. But I really was like, I don't want to change too much. Like the way that like the op amp in the original one, the way that they bias the op amp and the tonal shaping especially with the caps, I was like, let me try to keep this as close as I can to the original. And it still ended up being something completely different. I mean, I'm sure, if you put it next to like an original one, it wouldn't sound the same.
You can put two original ones next to each other, and they probably won't.
And they might
sound,
not exactly. But yeah, I mean, it really just started from this place of like a visual thing. I saw it and I was like,
right,
because I love visual stuff. I was like, I love design and art, and even the name. I was like, am I even gonna like do this? Like, am I like even gonna like actually like make something that I would like sell to people? And I was like I'm like, well, if I'm gonna like, what am I gonna call it? And then I was just like looking at the name and I was like, Diamond Square Wave. DR Square.
There you
Dr.
go.
Square. There it is. And as soon as that light bulb went off, I was like, well, now I have to do it. Now I got to do it. And even like, if you hold it up to the light at certain angles, you can see in the screen printing, there's like a grid on it because all my schematic drawings I do in a graph paper notebook. So I was like,
that's a great idea.
I want this to look like a piece of graph paper. And even the circuit board is, the ground plane is like a hatch layer. So it looks like a grid on the inside. Like
the grid.
This is super nerdy stuff, but
I like the fact that
I can't help it.
I like that you have silk screened on there. Try not to think so much.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Little reminder for myself and everyone out there.
Yeah.
Now, did the original have an LED for a diode, or is that something you added in?
That was something that I added because, it's a little, especially with germanium diodes, the way that they clip the signal, you lose a lot of output volume. Mm-hmm. And when you add the diode, like the LED diode, in the clipping portion of the circuit, you get a little bit of that volume back.
Okay.
And also, I just love the way that especially red LEDs sound when you use them as like hard clipping diodes. They just sound so good, like so natural.
Is there is there a big difference between the different color LEDs in terms of when you?
Yes, he said hesitantly. I mean, I don't know. I've never sat down and like taken every single color, but what they call the forward voltage or the voltage drop, it is different depending on the color, but enough to like say that, oh, it's a different sound. I mean, who knows? I've done like, I have done things where like I had a friend who needed a Proco Rat modded, and he was like, I want it to be louder. And one of the easiest mods to make a pedal louder like that type of pedal is to change the diodes from silicon diodes to LEDs. And I used instead of two reds, I used a red and a yellow. And I gotta say, it sounds pretty good. It sounded pretty good.
Well,
but
there you go.
That's one of those, I'll leave it up to the forums to decide that. I'm not going to sit here and say, yep, that's the way to do it.
Well, now that we've talked about the guts, let's look at the top side of this thing. So you've got basically 3 rotary controls.
I want you to know that this is the most Tony's ever talked about a fuzz.
Whoa.
I like this one.
I know you
'Cause
do,
I don't-
but I'm,
I didn't
I'm
use
happy.
it.
I'm
didn't-
watching you
I'm
be
happy.
happy. Finally.
I did not use it
Finally.
as a fuzz because
Well-
I kept the gains down and the level up and the
Really?
So, yeah. So I
Well, and to be fair, like I think this is kind of listed as a fuzz, but it is it's a
It's more of
distortion.
like an
it's
overdrive.
it's a
Yeah.
heavy OD. Yeah,
But it when you push it, it gets into that territory.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
If you dime the gain and you use humbuckers,
Yeah.
and you've got both those toggle switches on, it gets pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely gets into fuzzy territory.
So you have level and gain, which you would find actually I think that's on the same controls that would have been on the original
That's
DRM.
the only one.
Yeah, and that's
You
all
are correct.
But you have added a third rotary called shift. And this is kind of like I'm guessing like a center detente where you go one direction, it emphasizes the highs, the
It's
other
a coup
direction.
detente.
No.
Oh,
Center detente.
okay.
Although there's it doesn't stop there, but you know what I'm talking about. And so you emphasize either lows or highs, which is cool. But then you've got two switches on there, a thud and a squish. So let's talk about the stuff that you added.
Oh man, where should we start? Where do you want me to start?
Start with thud.
Okay, so the thud is just a simple. You're just adding a capacitor that in parallel with another one that's in the circuit, and that changes the cutoff frequency for what is clipped
Okay.
by the op amp, and it allows more low end into the circuit because. Same again with the original. I was like, it's kind of thin sounding. It's a little thin sounding.
Yeah.
So I want it to have some oomph. We gotta have some thud.
Yeah. Okay.
I want to thud the speakers. I want them to move.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So that's the bottom, and now the squish side of it.
That is one of those like some people. I've had people say, I don't hear a difference. I don't hear a difference. It's really not changing too much, but on the front side of the pedal, the input capacitor, I really liked the way that it sounded when it had a same as the thud control, another capacitor in parallel with the input cap. It changes the cutoff for the input, and I just really liked the way that it gave me this option of like it felt more open.
Okay. So more kind of like a presence switch
Was off or on. Like if it's off, it's a little bit more articulated.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have it on, it kind of squishes things a little bit. It kind of closes things up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes. It softens it a little bit. It's not so harsh sounding because it does get it can get a little harsh if you have it set certain ways.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So when it's off, you're going to sound more like the Cramps. When it's on, you're going to sound like the Allman Brothers.
Sure.
Exactly.
It was just options, you know.
Well, why
It
not
really
call
just-
it? Why not just call the switch that then?
Yeah.
Cramps, almond.
almond?
Yeah.
Let me write that down real quick. It really, I mean, it really was just like I wanted options, you know.
Yeah.
Because I was like, the original only does one thing. Really, it does it really well, but it really is just one thing.
But
So
it only
I
does
wanted
it really
to-
well when everything's
knobs are all the way up.
dimed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it is,
So I wanted to do it. I wanted to do something that gave players more versatility
Yeah.
and more options.
Yeah, and I think, I tried it with a couple different guitars, some with single coils and some humbucker equipped. And, there are certain things that you have to boost the bottom end a little bit with single coils, for instance, or you need to take some of that muddiness out with humbucker. So, yeah, I think it's a great idea to
nobody
add those.
likes a muddy bottom.
No.
No. Gosh, no.
Or a soggy bottom.
Ooh.
But and then there's the shift control, which again is kind of like either a gain for treble or bass, right?
Yeah, so it's just a tone control, and kind of like how the Prelco Rat, it's the knob is like, most people assume like, oh, if I turn the knob clockwise,
Yeah.
it's gonna get brighter,
backwards.
and if I turn and it's backwards exactly. So when it's counterclockwise, it's
a
brighter,
Vox.
and when it's
Yeah,
yes,
like a Vox.
exactly, and but what it's doing is all the way counterclockwise, it's boosting the high end a little bit, and then center is kind of flat, and then all the way clockwise is like a high cut.
Yeah.
So it's not so much pushing the low end as it's not pushing the lows, it's cutting the highs. But again, that helps with the harshness that you can sometimes run into, especially if you're using, like something like a brighter amp, like a Vox or a Fender.
Yeah, I mean, I found myself pretty much leaving that control at 50% or at 12 o'clock and, changing up the
I had
level
mine
and
at,
gains.
I think about 9.
9?
Yeah, which would have been more
trouble?
A little bit more trouble. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, I tend to keep it more on the.
I was doing humbuckers, so
Yeah.
Oh, really? Do you have a preference? Did you guys have a preference on like pickup style? Because I have a preference.
I found use
With
for
that pedal.
both.
Yeah, I think you could, I mean, I think there's enough options here that you could dial in.
I went P90 and humbucker. I didn't. I
I have
didn't
not
even go
tried
into my
P90.
Telecaster stuff.
Yeah, I had a Telecaster and then I've got a Jag that has a humbucker in it.
Yeah,
And
Very cool.
that one, I think the humbucker
we'll
sounded.
try with the TV Jones with the
we should try
Cabernita.
that. I should have tried that.
Yeah, you should.
Damn.
Looser.
Damn it.
Yeah. So yeah, man, that is a great pedal. I think people would be very surprised to play it because the square wave is not something that it doesn't get passed around so much. There's not. I haven't run into too many people that actually have those.
Mm-hmm.
Not that they're total unobtainium, but they are expensive. I mean, if you tried to
They're
buy one
very
right
expensive.
now of vintage, it's about at least
like $500.
Yeah, it's at least $400, $600. So well done. You made something that the rest of us yokels can celebrate and actually probably have a better time playing. If
Oh
we're
yeah,
gonna be honest.
it's a big improvement.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you also have a few others in your stable, some of which
do?
are listed on your website, and I think you have a couple others that aren't. Is that correct?
Yeah, I have some stuff up on my Reverb page. We're still getting the official website, rocking and rolling. But right now, you can find all our stuff on our Reverb page. And there are a few, a few one-offs, a few custom builds that I do that I don't really necessarily feel like I want to do a whole like production, do artwork and come with like do a whole like circuit board design and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And they're a little bit cheaper than the
What makes you
production
do?
models.
What makes you kind of go down that path? If you don't mind sharing.
That's a good question. ADHD? I don't know.
Well, because you fully committed to 3
Yes,
of the
I
ones
did.
that you have up there.
Those were like the 3 were like I knew what I wanted kind
Gotcha.
of before I even really like started.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I want to do this and I'm going to call it this and I'm going to use this font and it's going to be this layout and it's going to be great.
Awesome.
And everyone's going to love it. But the custom stuff, like right now, I've got 2. I got my hands on some backup. Sorry, I got some germanium transistors, some NPN germanium transistors that I really loved how they sounded in a tone bender circuit. So I built a few. hybrid tone bender fuzz pedals that I call the amalgam, because it's an amalgamation of the silicon transistors and the germanium transistors. And that it's one of those, like, I only have a certain number of the germanium transistors. I can't really like do a production run, so I do the custom one-offs, or whatever you want to call them.
Right.
We'll call them prototypes.
Prototypes, sure. Hey, it might be, if somebody wants to buy a pedal so I can buy more transistors. No, I'm kidding. But it's also more of like, it's kind of like hey, this would be fun to try, and it's not necessarily something that I want to like keep for myself. I definitely do keep stuff for myself, but I would much rather see it go to someone who is actually gonna use it and play it and
Nice.
get joy out of it, more joy than I would get out of it just watching it sit in a box on my shelf.
Yeah. Well, and something cool about those ones, at least I think they are, like, you have one in all yellow and one in all blue. And the nice thing is that if somebody does get that and they're like, you kind of left it as semi like, do what you want with it. Like, you can get crazy with the cheese whiz and paint it yourself. And you wouldn't be like, destroying something that, like a silk screened artwork or something like that. I mean, it's blank.
Yeah, and I actually have had a few customers who have done that. I built a chorus for a guy a few months ago, and he was like, I designed this sticker on my computer and check this out, and he like made it his own, and he was like more excited about the fact that it was blank and he could put the sticker on it and not feel guilty about messing up or like covering up something else, know? So that's cool.
Yeah. Outstanding.
I like that. I like the customization factor.
For sure. Now, the other two that you have are that are available, maybe shall we say, en masse, is the Ranchero Natural Overdrive and the Eavesdropper Oxphone Octave Fuzz. You want to tell us about those two real quick?
Yeah, for sure. So the Ranchero is, that's the best description I could come up with, because that really is what it is. It's like a natural overdrive, sort of like a Red Llama sound if you use those pedals. Just drive and output, meat and potatoes. Very simple. You called
it hoot and holler. Those are the two names.
That was another, like, I was learning how to build circuits and breadboard and everything, and I built one because I was like, let me see what I can do to this circuit, and I put it in the box, and I used those knobs that are on their production model, the old Zonk machine knobs, and I was like, I'll call it the Ranchero because of like the whole Western thing. I'm in Texas now. Like I love that aesthetic of like the Western stuff, like the cowboys and the skulls and the buttes and the cactuses and the tumbleweeds, all that stuff. And then I was like, what could I name the controls? Cause I'm also like, I'm a fan of that. Like, people being like, so what's this one do? Because it's, it doesn't say output, it doesn't say drive.
Right.
So people are like, what does this do? I don't know. I don't understand. And so I was like, it was one of those like light bulb moments. I was like, hoot and holler. They both start with H. That's what cowboys do. And I, back then I was hand painting everything, and I painted it on the box, and I just like put the box down and looked at it, and I was like, excellent.
Yeah.
That's it.
Genius. That's it. Exactly. And that is like that is what the first thing that people say. They're like, hoot and holler, man. That's cool.
Perfect.
And that just like, that really warms my heart when people like see stuff like that, and they connect with like that goofiness, that silliness, if you want to call it that. Cause it is kind of like, it's not so serious. Like, don't take it so seriously. It's just fun.
Yeah. I think I'm guessing, but runner up to that would have been Yip Ya.
Ooh.
Yip yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Or
I don't know.
Yee and
Hoot and
Haw.
Holler is pretty
Or
good.
yeehaw. There you go.
Yeehaw. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. See, you got two more
Yes.
themed pedals you can do.
Oh, man. I'm writing all this down.
You know?
This is gold.
One,
Gold, Jerry.
One's like an easy trem, and the other one's an easy verb. Yeah.
Right? Oh, man. A 2-in-1, dare I
Yes.
say?
Ooh.
Now the other one you have in there, which is a very smart looking one, it reminds me of the I think it's called the Blackstone overdrive. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called, but it's sort of the same configuration and size. But go ahead and tell us about the aux phone.
So that was another, like, kind of like, oh, what am I going to do? Like, this is definitely a sound that I want. It's based on the Fox tone machine.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm just going to drop the F and move it to tone, and then it's going to be aux phone. I was like, what am I going to, like, it just sounded funny, I guess. I was like, like, it's fun. Don't take it so seriously. Like, have fun with it. Don't take yourself too seriously. Try not to think so much.
Yeah. I saw that
Common
somewhere.
theme. It's a common theme, you know. But one of my favorite guitar players, Josh Homme from Queens of the Stone Age, he famously uses, or maybe, I mean, people say it's debated, but it's definitely, he uses this pedal for sure, the Fox tone machine.
Yep.
But a specific version of it. So again, I just went to the breadboard and started tweaking things and changing things around. And I was like, let me see if I can get the sound that I want out of this. And I love that gnarly octave up sound. But like on the original Fox tone machine, you know, the octave up control is on a toggle switch. And that's kind of hard to hit with your foot, you know, when you're rocking and rolling on stage with your friends. So all I did was put it on a foot switch so that you can toggle that on and off that way. And then like a tone switch toggle, like for like a thinner or fatter sound.
Dig it. Yeah. Hair, octave, bypass,
It's
level.
just like, and like, it's not, you know, it's all analog. So it's not polyphonic, it's monophonic. So if you try to play like chords, it's just like this crazy, like computer glitchy sounds.
Yep.
And it's just great for like noise making and just crazy sounds. I mean, and I loved that.
Okay, you did it. There was the drop. You did a sentence drop. Right? Tony and I were both had our heads down, but we both looked up. Too funny.
What else?
It happens.
You have things
I
planned
sent
for?
you the link. Click on that link. That's what I was thinking about. It was in fact the Blackstone overdrive.
Yeah. So what about?
I don't know if you'd. Well, he's going to click on it.
Oh, he's going to click on it.
It's in the chat box there.
Is he?
Oh, I see. Oh, there's a chat box. See, I'm too old for. Oh yeah, I know this pedal. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a strange pedal. Form factor too. I've never seen anybody.
Yeah, the switches
Copy
on the
that.
outsides.
No, the switches are.
I mean, they're
screws.
Knobs are like they're screws. Yeah, so you
yeah.
need to use like a fingernail or like a pick. I've seen this before, and this is a fantastic pedal. I have I used to own one, and I had to sell it, but
Yeah,
now I might buy another one.
yeah. You probably should.
ah.
I looked at that
will.
for the longest time, and I'm like, the guy who owns the studio, he's got one on his board, and I looked at it, and I'm like, what the heck am I supposed to do with this thing? And then he talked to me like I was a moron. You're supposed to turn the screws, duh. And I'm like, what pedal in the world does that? And because they're flat, they're like sunken screws. It's crazy. Anyways, moving onward and upward, back to you. we have you've gone through those. Now you're breadboarding. You're constantly doing anything. Can you give us a taste of what might be to come?
Sure.
Let's try that
next-
again. Let's try that again. That was wildly underwhelming. Sure.
Whoa. Absolutely.
That's
I
what
totally
we
can.
like.
Now you got our attention.
Let's see. Well, next up,
Glad you asked that, Todd.
yes, I'm dipping my toe into the modulation world.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, I will not give too much away, but I'll say that for now, and then I have this year for sure. I'm still working out a few things, but I have a sort of Eavesdropper original, if you want to call it that, because everything that I've done so far is not. I'm not claiming like this is my original idea that I came up with. Like I'm very upfront of like this is based on this pedal that already has existed for a long time. This is not my brainchild, you know. But I have an overdrive, soft clipping overdrive style pedal that I'm very, very anxious and excited to see enter the world of music gear.
Okay, that's exciting.
It's another one of those. The name and everything. It's very purposeful.
Gotcha.
You know, I really thought hard about all of that: the design, the name, the layout, everything.
Yeah.
And there might even be a little message on the inside, maybe.
There should be. I celebrate those.
Yep.
Yes.
Well, when you have that further along, be sure to let us know, and we will get
of course.
word out.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, it has. Well, actually, no. Wait. Not just 1 second.
Hold your
Is
horses.
this like your full-time gig?
Definitely not.
Okay.
No, sir.
So
no.
help us learn a little bit more about you. Can you share what your full-time gig is?
Yeah, totally. I work in the industrial valve world, and I build big valves for oil fields and medical centers and breweries and anywhere else, even your toilet. Every house has a valve in it, whether you know it or not. And
What is the biggest valve you've ever made?
a 48-inch, they call it a knife gate valve.
Holy
It's
cow.
like a big, it looks like a guillotine. It's like a big metal slab that opens up
So
and
it's
closes.
It's 48 inches in diameter?
the bore size. So the inside diameter of the pipe is 48 inches.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's cool. I've done a lot of work for breweries in the design world, in the advertising and design, and it is so pipes and valves and wheels and windows and rivets and all that stuff.
my.
It's so cool.
It's a lot. I mean, it's crazy. Like I didn't even really think about it until I started working at this job. I was like, oh, I guess there is a valve.
So
Everywhere.
how did that happen? You say, "Can I work here?" And they said, "Do you like valves?" And you said, "Yep." And they said,
I
"You're
said I
hired."
like money.
What's a valve?
Money first, valves later.
Yes.
All right.
You start sweet, then we'll get you to the valves.
Exactly.
Did you go to? Is that something you went to school for?
No, that was just I applied. I moved to Texas, and I needed a job, and they were hiring, and I was like, hey, I'm good with my hands, you know, building and assembling and all that stuff, and
And you didn't want to be a roughneck?
no, definitely not. So I kind of just put my head down to that, and that's just what I'm doing right now.
That's cool. All right. The Valve Meister.
Yes,
Yes.
the ball valve boy.
All right. It has been a delight learning all about Eavesdropper, but more
Yeah.
importantly about you, Andy. I think people will hopefully have a good connection to you and the things that you're doing and why you're doing them. I know we certainly do now, which makes me excited for your future and all the good things that you still have yet to build.
Thank you. It really means a lot. This really is just for fun right now. This is just for fun. So it means the world when people connect with it and have such kind things to say about it.
Well, we appreciate that. Although it is just for fun, you are taking this seriously as far as the things that you're making. Some people do it for fun and it shows. Mm-hmm. And some people do it for fun and it shows. And you're the second.
I know what you mean.
In my head, I know
it's all the emphasis.
Yes. You didn't see the two index cards that I was holding up that have the pictures of what you know.
Yes.
Okay. So
Right.
Tony, take us. We're rounding third.
Heading home.
We need a would you rather.
Oh, is that what this section is called?
Yes.
That's right, Todd. At this point, the show is a little game that we
Would you rather?
play called Would You Rather. Uh-huh. Thank you, Jared, for your introduction.
You welcome.
Oh, wow. I didn't know Jared was here. You're walking down the street.
Mm-hmm.
And you off to the
You
side.
gotta say it right.
So you're walking down the street.
Yeah.
And you see a garden gnome lying face down in the dirt.
Oh. That's got to be bad luck.
I think.
Actually, if they're upside down, that is actually supposed to be bad luck.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nothing grows.
I know some people that actually are really into. A friend of mine at work actually collects gnomes. Her name is Shane Murta.
Well, there you go. Well, this is for her.
Okay.
So you pick them up, dust them off a little bit,
Yes.
spit shine, and poof, 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 poof. He turns in to a magic garden gnome.
A magic garden gnome.
Many times larger than the little cement guy.
Uh-huh.
And he thanks you for dusting him off and setting him upright.
Mm-hmm.
He just feels like a brand new gnome.
Yes.
You see.
Mm-hmm.
And he's magical.
Aren't they all?
Well, this one in particular, because he can grant wishes.
Excellent.
And the thing about gnomes, I don't know if you know this or not, but they have kind of a quirky sense of humor.
Okay.
I don't know if you knew that.
I did not.
Well, they do. So he's given you a couple of options here. He said, and he's going to bestow upon you all these magical powers to play all the songs and all the guitar riffs and all the stuff. And he says, would you rather take over for Prince?
Okay.
Or would you rather take over for David Byrne in Talking Heads? But here's the deal. If you choose the Talking Heads band, you have to dress like Prince and play Prince's guitar. You know, the cymbal guitar. And you got to wear the puffy shirt, the pirate shirt. Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to be a pirate.
If you choose the Prince gig, you have to dress up like David Byrne in the big suit from, Stop Making Sense. The giant suit.
Yeah.
And you have to play an acoustic guitar.
So we have reversed roles here.
Yes. The lead man reverse gnome trick, you see. Mm-hmm. So would you rather play as Prince, but have to dress up like David Byrne and play an acoustic guitar? Or would you rather play in the Talking Heads dressed as Prince with the purple suit and puffy shirt and the Prince cymbal guitar?
Okay. Gotcha.
That
is a very tough one.
Yeah, that's the idea. I
know that. You're telling me.
How many episodes have you been on?
A few. I get the gist.
More than 20?
Tony,
have you been on more than 20 episodes?
You go, and then we're going to check in with Andy.
Well, here's the deal. I think that I would, even though if I have to wear the tight purple suit with puffy shirt and Prince guitar.
This is the Purple Rain suit.
Purple Rain.
Yeah.
Purple Rain.
What?
Purple Rain.
Okay.
It's special. That's how you're supposed to say it.
Uh-huh.
I would rather do that and play Talking Heads songs
Okay.
and be the front man, the David Byrne.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going to do. I will
Okay.
be dressed as Prince, playing Prince's guitar, singing Talking Head songs,
Okay.
and playing Talking Head songs. That's my choice.
All right. Sounds good. Andy, how about yourself?
So I get to play the songs for the
Yes,
artist.
because the
But I
gnome
look
has
like the other one.
the gnome has granted you these magical powers that you know all the songs, you know all the chords.
Oh, I want to be David Byrne. I didn't even have to think about that one.
Okay.
I just wanted to clarify. Like, I don't care what I got to dress like. I want to wear the big suit, but I want to play the Talking Head songs.
But you got
Okay, so
you have to play the cymbal guitar. You know
That's fine.
Okay, you're okay with
that's
that.
fine. I'll play a guitar that looks like a Christmas tree. I don't care. It's fine.
Okay.
I just want
Right.
to. I
Careful
want to
what
get
you-
up there and play those.
Careful what you
Those-
wish for,
Hey, that's fine.
because you're talking to a magical gnome here, buddy.
Okay.
Todd.
Grant my wish, please.
If my wish if I am bestowed with the powers,
Yes.
I would love to have the incredible talent of Prince on guitar
Yeah.
for a day. Yeah.
Except it's acoustic guitar,
It's still I would
and
like
it's a big suit.
I would like to effortlessly be able to absolutely shred like that. That
Okay.
would be amazing.
All
That'd be
right.
cool.
In the big suit.
In the big suit.
Interesting.
I'll take the big suit.
No, you can't have the big suit
You have to have the puffy shirt.
if you're unless you want to be in the Prince band.
Yeah.
No, it's okay.
Actually, I sent this to my friend Eric at work. He loves Prince. Huge Prince fan. And I thought this was really interesting. I love these little things that you hear. You usually hear it about people that are very prolific and the sharing of things, right?
Right.
This says Stevie Nicks wrote "Stand Back" while listening to. I should just do it like Casey Kasem. Stevie Nicks wrote "Stand Back" while listening to Prince's Little Red Corvette. And because she used the same music idea, she called Prince to tell him about it. And he surprised her by showing up at the studio 25 minutes later to play the synthesizers for the song himself. So the synth on Stand Back is Prince. That's so flippin' cool.
Whoa.
That's so cool. And stuff like that is all over, the music industry, especially of that era, because people were really prolific back then.
Yes.
Not so much now. As much. Mm-hmm. Anyways, I just love that little bit of trivia and wanted to pass that on to you.
That's very nice.
We need to thank a few people, and then we're going to let our friend Andy go make out with his hot wife.
There you go. That's right, Todd, because at this point of the show, there is a special group of people we love to thank. These are our executive producers. Now, an executive producer helps make this show possible. How do you, as a mere mortal, become an executive producer? Quite simple. Head over to patreon.com/The Guitar Knobs. Check out a couple different levels in which you can participate, become a sponsor, a friend, a hero of the podcast. You like that? Those Paul Harvey delays like that?
Yes.
I knew you did.
I love him.
Each level comes with some very nice thank you gifts, opportunities to win great stuff, and just the general camaraderie of being part of the Guitar Knob Network. But I'm told, in addition to all that great stuff, there is one thing more. What would that be? Jared, please.
You get to have your name read on the thing.
Your name read on the thing, and that's what I'm going to do right now. So special thanks to these executive producers: Anthony Lathrop, Brett Hogarth, Cameron Pampas, Darren Gregory, Don Kloss, Elad Mizrahi, James Bell, James White, and welcome back to Mr. James White.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks for the note, James.
Yes.
Glad to have you back.
Back in the family. John Esterly from Rare Buzzer Effects, John
Yes.
Sebastian, John Helverson, Justin Jones, Ken Sayers, Michael Senchuk, Mike Davenport, Owen Eads, Plutone, Ralph Gottschalk from Wonderful Audio Technology, what? Richard Kendall, Rick Calhoun, Rusty Sneeden, Stefan Lamb, Tom Brazen, Trevor Ellenberg, Trevor Gunberg, Vader and Pedals, Caribou Gone, and Ed Rossler.
Yeah.
But wait, Todd, there's more.
Okay.
There's a special group of executive producers. We call them our Grand Poobahs. These are the creme de la creme, the top of the heap, the A number ones, and they wear a fez whilst listening to this podcast. So special thanks to these Grand Poobahs. Anthony Jamalero, Billy Spitfire Unlimited, Bob Crouch, Brian Robison, Cody Foster, David Kaminga, David Tyndall, Enrico Fernando, Fox Hill Studio, Gregory Randall, Hex Matos, John Williams, Martin Cliff, Matt Hart, Michael Van Zant, Michio Murakishi, Moon Guitars, Pedro Vasquez, Sam Jett, Steve Keys, James Pennington, Zach Oswald from Brandon Wow Pickups, Jonathan Labate from M2 Labs, Ty Barnes, James Castellano, and last but not least, Kenny Howe.
Alrighty. Thank you all so very, very, very much. We cannot do it. We won't be able to do it without your help.
No.
We
wouldn't want to do it.
Right. We wouldn't. I mean, you and I could probably sit like in the like closet and with one mic and do this, but
yeah,
that would even be proved to be difficult with all the other things that you don't see out there that we have to do that takes place that makes this thing work.
There's lots of shuffling going on.
Anyways, we need to thank our friend Andy Byers of Eavesdropper Pedals. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, for sharing your time, for sharing your creativity and ingenuity with us.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for having me. I had a blast.
Good.
Excellent. All right. You said that exactly how we wrote it. Tony, go ahead.
Head over to pickguardian.com. Check out the stuff that I do. What do? I make pick guards for guitars. How do you get one? You shoot me an email. You let me know what you need, what you're trying to do, what pickups you're using, all the stuff. And I'll make something special for you. As our good buddy Todd likes to say, it's your opportunity to make your guitar even more yours.
It's your chance.
It's your chance. I like opportunity.
Yeah.
Well, then you wouldn't
Actually,
be saying
I'd use the
that.
opportunity.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew it.
I got you. Hey, you can shoot me a DM on Instagram. We would love to hear from you. Tell us what you like about the show. Tell us, don't hurt our feelings. Just if everybody could just be a little nicer to everybody, that would be great.
Yeah.
I
like that idea.
Also, if you are going to be in the vicinity of the NAMM or the Woodwire and Volts, please give us a holler. We'd love to connect with you.
Yeah.
I thought it would be worth mentioning, if you do look up the Eavesdropper Pedals, one of the first links that comes up is from notpedals.com. If you're not familiar with notpedals.com, it's a pretty great resource for boutique-y type pedals.
Yeah.
And they've got some fantastic ones on there. And I started getting lost because at the bottom, there's a thing called Infinite Pedal Scroll If You Dare. And I dared, and I'm writing down loads of names of people that we haven't even run across. Still, after 10 years, we're still finding new people, just like Eavesdropper. So get out there and find new people. How about that?
I like it.
All right. And then if you want to get one of these Eavesdropper pedals, the best place to do that is Reverb at this point in time, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So go do that as well. Have a fantastic guitar week, everybody. And subscribe!
What?
Well, okay, now I got to take that out. What are you doing?
I got to give you something to edit.
Jeez.
Whoopsies.
I could be wrong. I need to find that out. I did not set this up very well.
How about a clap?
How are you gentlemen this evening?
Excellent. Now, shall we call you Andrew or Andy?
Andy's fine. Andrew's like my business name.
Well, Steve, this is going to be a heck of a show.
What's not to like?
What? Pepper you about your story.
You guys do your thing.
Okay.
All right.
I don't.
good.
There's.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm
we thought we lost you.
Like, what just happened? That was
no.
It went
No.
suddenly it was quiet.
yeah. We
No,
learned that
it's
Andrew
all
is
good.
a mid-sentence dropper.
Yeah, I do have a tendency to.
What?
Jeez.
What is that? Tony is unsheathing the pedal right now.
Consider it unsheathed.
Yes. Is Houston, Texas, Space City?
Is NASA's here?
Well, I mean,
That's
if you
why
believe
they.
in
that's why
science.
if you
Yeah.
believe in, I mean, I met her here, and I was like, "Guess I'm moving to Texas."
Ah,
Man, she must be smoking.
She's pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
nice.
It's
Yeah.
pretty great.
Yeah. Now, if we put that on there and she listens, she's going to be like, why didn't you say yes to man, she must be smoking?
Because she knows she's smoking.
Yeah.
It's that radio mentality, probably.
Hey, ladies and germs.
Right?
Jeez. That's the best he's got.
That's all I got. That's as good as it gets.
Well, I
baseball.
played baseball for 12 years. It's hard as hell to hit a ball.
don't know.
Yeah.
It's really easy to get your teeth knocked out by a ball, which
Apparently.
I excelled in.
I'm aware
So-
of this situation. Yeah, you're gonna cut that one
Yeah,
out, I'll bet.
Okay. Yeah. That's definitely not going to make it in the anywhere.
Well, I actually think of. I mean, I try to actually think about what I'm going to say instead of just letting it come out.
I should try that. If for any reason you need to like grab a drink, use the restroom, take the dog out, make out with your super hot wife, whatever. I don't know.
Right.
And away we go.
Well, that's it for these knobs. Please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/theguitarknobs. Visit our website at theguitarknobs.com for all of our past episodes, 4 on the Floor blog, and other good stuff. You can connect with us on social too at our Facebook page and share your gear and stories on our Facebook group. Also, be sure to check out our Instagram at Guitar Knobs. Catch you next time.